and that our thoughts are our seed energy, which touches the brain and gives us that energy to go through the whole body system. If my thoughts are all over the place, if I think really, and it's just too easy to think negative, and we're so used to thinking negative, we don't even think we are. But stress, worry, despair, jealousy, lack of self-worth, all of these things in a second are going through us every day. Sometimes for a whole day, the next day, the next day, the next day, every day of the week. So what good would that do us as far as the whole body system is concerned, but as far as the brain is concerned? So I was really looking at this. I think we have to cherish the energy that's ourselves. Every time you have a negative thought for yourself, you should catch yourself. Just stop. It's the negative conversation that goes chattering away inside that begins to pull you down. We don't even notice it. We're used to being on this lower level. And then you begin to believe it. You feel I'm fed up, I'm stressed, I'm entitled to be annoyed. But this isn't true, because in my original form, I am good and I am light. I'm the spiritual power here in the centre of the forehead. If you put yourself in a limited perspective by seeing the self according to your gender, your age, profession, or any of these external things, then it's very easy to be negative about the self, like I haven't got money, I'm not so well, if only I could afford this, or if I looked like that, or if I had that talent. So when I look at myself that way, I can see, oh, well, so what a waste. And we can think this from the minute we wake up in the morning till late at night, every day. That's my image of myself. What is it doing to this body that I live in? And what is it doing to my brain patterns? Whatever I would like to be, whatever I would aspire to be, much of it is in our own hands. I just have to start thinking and making decisions for myself, researching. Today's very, very easy to research things that are truly beneficial for the self, not a fad. Things that will pull you down into the consciousness of the body, the negative things about the self, they will pull you down into the lack of, like, oh, I've always had this pain, or my parents had this, and my granny died of that, and so had this illness, and it's in my genes. And we have to go beyond that, because this will pull you into the body, into the consciousness of the body, but you have to take yourself up. And it's only us that can do it. No one else can do this for me. No one can go into my head and start to tell me, don't go there. There's no one out there who'll pull you up, except you, yourself, and the divine. That's another story, but for some of you that will resonate. You make the thoughts. You're this point of light. You think the whole time you're thinking. That energy touches your brain. That energy cascades through your entire physical system. That's how you work. But we've not always got masses of energy, and so we make the thoughts and the divine gives the power. So it's a two-way thing. It's good to start with yourself if that's as far as you can go. At least you're making the thoughts. But if you can make the thoughts and include the power, you're going to go somewhere. So don't have too many thoughts. Change the quality of thought and realize that the mind is racing and rushing, and it's simply reacting. Your mind you'll react to everything. Someone will say something that irritates you. Someone will say something that compliments you, and you'll float on that and think, whoa, maybe this is... But then they could turn around and insult you again 5 minutes later, and then you think, how come? I thought they liked me. Yesterday they were nice, today they're not. So you cannot rely on how others are going to treat you. You have to see how you're treating yourself and then how you're treating others. Give yourself space and begin to slow down the speed of your thoughts. When you slow down, you're able to choose the quality of thoughts you would like to have. And this is an act of love. And we don't even think that the way we think is harsh and hurtful of the self. We think it's normal. To love the self is to start to have a look at the reactions I'm having inside. And the people that are causing the reactions are not even always known they're causing a reaction. Different if you're having a straightaway big fight with someone, then you know something's happening there, but often they just say something and you feel insulted. Or they're the boss, and so they come to you in a bossy way, but that's what they feel is their role. So it's up to us to accept that this one is actually the boss, so let me get used to that and try my best to understand what's required. Because I'm not doing it for them, to keep in with them. I'm doing it for me, to keep me safe. So watch the things that make you react, and everything will make you react, everything. To look at all the little things, and it takes time. It takes time for something to grow, for something to develop. But I would say that if you did catch on to this and started it even a little, you'd find a benefit right away. Why? Because you've changed your energy right away. Generosity in your thoughts, have kindness in your thoughts. Even there's nobody there. But I thought, you're never alone because your thoughts go to things. So you're never on your own. You're always thinking, what about this or what about that, what about... But I kept thinking, just have a generous spirit, generosity, kindness. Because it's not so much I'm being kind or generous to whoever's shouting at me on the phone, but I'm being kind and generous to this in here that's affecting me, and I want to stay healthy, happy. So to stay healthy and happy, I have to think healthy and happy. Again, are we still with it? Are we still making sense? That we have to watch our thoughts. And I have to teach myself, which is why we practice meditation. We see that we're the thinking energy in the centre of the forehead. The energy is light, and the energy is forever, unlimited. And just like you can refresh your phone by plugging it in, you can refresh your energy here by plugging in and having stillness, silence. Stillness and silence actually is your original energy, and it will empower you. You will become recharged, re-empowered through coming away from out there, dealing with reactions, settling yourself, calming yourself, reassuring yourself, keeping yourself as still and calm and valuable as you possibly can. Only you can do this. We all know, we live life, we have life experience, we know that very few people are going to consider us dramatically and go, oh, have I hurt your feelings? So it's usually, I never said anything, just go on with it, or never noticed, or you're too sensitive, or too bad. Because we're not seeing and knowing what we're doing in here with our thoughts. Raj Yoga Meditation says become aware of the way you think. Because the thinking is for you, but it will also be the way you speak and affect others. The light is spiritual, the brain is physical. And the energy that I think is my spiritual energy. And my spiritual energy is more powerful than my physical. And it touches my brain. When I put it into practice, it creates energy patterns. And we'll have a swirl of kindness. Then when I think it, I'll make it stronger. It'll touch it and I'll feel the lightheartedness, as if someone was kind to me. So I don't need to go around asking people to be nice to me. It's as if someone would have been kind to me. I feel that energy of being appreciated. And who's appreciating? I've just appreciated myself at that point in time. But it's understanding that this bit is physical, the brain is physical, the brain has recorded energy patterns, the spirit is spirit. The physical dies, the spirit doesn't die. The spirit is the most powerful. But we forget the spirit and we'll get into the physical. And then we get traumatized by this physical. And we focus on the physical. I'll feel better if I do this. I'll feel better if I do that. I'll feel better if I wear that. I'll feel better if I look better. I'll feel better. All of these things are okay, because I have got to live and present myself out there. But I'm the soul. I'll always be the soul. And when the soul, when this time comes for this to be finished, the soul actually does move on and take rebirth. So the boss is me, the soul. I'm the boss of my physical. This bit is my physical world. I cannot actually control everything that happens in the outside. But if I can learn to work with this bit of the world that I live in, I can be happy and healthy and wise. And it can bring out all sorts of creativity in the self. We're talking about the brain as well now. The brain becomes refreshed, thinks more clearly. We can be thoughtful, open-minded, creative, artistic, because we have energy. But we want to be healthy and happy, and for that I need to have generous thoughts, kindly thoughts, grateful thoughts, thoughts of gratitude. We hear this a lot, don't we? But sometimes we just think it's the physical being grateful, and sometimes you might think, what have I got to be grateful about? But nothing goes to waste when I know I'm the soul, because I'm being grateful for being me. Nobody else might be grateful for me being me, and some people might be hurtful. People get jealous, people get angry, people become forceful, aggressive. That's up to them. Raj Yoga teaches us to get our own self together, our own self-dignity, and remember that I am the life, the soul. I live in this body. That's love, self-love. And then that self-love looks after this bit for us. It doesn't mean you won't get ill or go to the doctors or get medicine and all that kind of thing. That's something else you can all look at for yourselves. But this is the way it works, is that this is the physical bit, this is the spiritual bit. And remember that I am the life, the soul. I live in this body. That's love, self-love. And remember that I am the life, the soul. And remember that I am the life, the soul.